Hi, I'm Michaela, this is Greg, and we are the reps for the financial guilds at the Southwedge Mission.
Guilds are just our group's fancy way of saying committees. We are talking to you today before our community meeting on September 11th to give you guys a little bit of an update on what's going on in the Financial Guild and what the life of this church is looking like right now. The Southwedge Mission this summer has been really transitioning from a very pastor-led community and church to a place where we're more invested as a community-run group with a lot of shareholders. And we've been really excited about that work. That's part of what we've been doing, of really diving into the financial aspect of the church. And at the meeting on September 11th, we're going to be talking about all the ways that we're doing this. So from the finances side, the Southwedge Mission has about 4 sources of income. There is the giving from the community. There is the support from the wider denomination, the Lutheran and Episcopal churches. There's a little bit of grant money that comes in, and there's funding from outside partners, individuals or groups that care about what we do and are supporting us. As we grow as a church and as we organize as a collective body, that funding from the denomination that started the church is becoming a smaller part of the pie. And so we are really making a push to increase the funding from those outside partners and supports and from within the church. So we're trying to work on, as a community, telling our stories for the outside. Why are we here? What is it that we're doing? What is it about this place that we really love? So that we can show people outside the church why this is such an important institution, why it's something that they may want to support, and how it's doing good in our community and the world, and the wider world. As the denominational money decreases, certainly, and as we become a community-centered group, that means that the community needs to take over the funding of the church. Our main expenses are, of course, like utilities, keeping the building running, and our pastor, Matthew, as he is a community organizer, as he sort of keeps the ball rolling, and as he checks in with the different guilds and does the work with them. He's the organizer, and we need to support his work so that he can keep us going as a community. So one of the things that I've been excited about as we take on this community-led group, and as I've taken on this role, is that it gives me a sense of clarity about what does it really take to be a community. What do we need? What are the resources that we need? How do we make this work with clarity, and the money is a part of that, right? So we certainly need to say, these are our expenses, this is our income, we need to make those things balance. And certainly right now we are a little lower on the income side than the expenses side. If each giving member of this community were to give an additional $75 a month, we would come pretty close, along with the outside funding push we make, to make this a sustainable thing. That is certainly not something that every member of this community can do. And if hearing that number makes you go, oh my goodness, don't worry about it. That is fine. We know that this is an average ask. We know that different people have different abilities to give. But from a bottom line standpoint, that is the sort of average number that is going to make this a sustainable activity. We also place a big value on generosity in this community. I don't say this to try and manipulate people into making our budget work. I see these as 2 totally separate things. There is the straight up black and white numbers portion of what we have to do, and then I think there's this obviously related but also very separate activity of, it's good for us, it makes us feel better as people, it makes us feel more like a we instead of an isolated individual to think about other people's needs, to give generously. I told the story recently about, I heard a great story that the Buddha was talking to a very wealthy person who had a hard time being generous with their money. And the Buddha told him that he should take and find a really nice stone, a really nice rock, and put it in his right hand and practice giving it to his left hand. And so to just have the idea of beginning from where you are, whatever feels like the right thing, pushing a little bit beyond that, and experiment and honestly just see how it makes you feel. And if it turns out that is not true, that giving generously does not help you, then you'll have a choice to back off on that, of course. But we would sort of invite us all to make a push for some more generosity in our lives, and help out so that we can really be and function as a community in that way.
Thank you for listening. We appreciate your continued generosity. Take a look at the survey and fill that out. And we will see you at the community meeting on September 11th.
Thanks.